Welcome to another matchup here in the Canadian Esports Nationals. We got League of Legends possibly concluding today here for our Saints in regards to the group stage. My name is Daniel Banner, also known as Mr. Danners, joined alongside Gabriel. Block B is here once again. The League of Legends encyclopedia here ready to rock once again for a fantastic night of League. And with the Canadian Esports Nationals kind of heating up, we're right on that verge of playoff stage. Got a couple of these qualifying matches coming up. Should be for a fun time.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen a lot of matches kind of being played recently, some of which I was at, some of which I unfortunately wasn't. But I have checked the VODs. I've seen a bunch of funny moments.
You've seen some stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff, some of which I wish I hadn't seen. But you know what? I mean, sometimes things happen. I'm really excited to see what the guys are going to bring out, the picks that they should or shouldn't be playing. We'll see what they choose to pick up today.
Yeah, we're going to joke around a little bit because one of the matches I was on, I believe it was Saints Gaming CA2 or 3 earlier in the week on Tuesday. I believe it was our Saints going up against Fanshawe. And there were some interesting picks, to say the least, because, of course, Mbessa still extremely new to the game. And Maddie, we got to see it in the jungle. We also then got to see an Aurora top lane for the first time from Sama, which we now know was the first time ever.
Yeah.
And honestly, Fanshawe was this close to punishing them. It was extremely close. The game went to like 45 minutes, and it just took one team fight where, unfortunately, there for Fanshawe, as a group of 4, they walked into Biscetti's Renata Glass, basically point blank. And it was like the most disgusting berserk I've seen in a long time, and the Saints were able to punish, even though they were down like 7k gold. But going into game 2, you could tell they kind of shaped up real quick, and they got the 2-0 in the end here. And now we're here where we are today.
Yeah, definitely. That was just rule number 2 of League of Legends is respect the Renata Glass. I'd say it's rule number 1, but that's don't chase Singed. Because like Glass is such a just game changer when it comes to team fights, because you can say, okay, everybody just pile up on this one character and we'll kill him. But then if there's a Glass, it's like, okay, guys, we're all going to pile up and make ourselves the perfect target for Glass gold. Yeah. So, like, you can't do that.
Get ulted, and all of a sudden you're starting to kill each other, which is just kind of a bad time all around. But, of course, that does lead to where we are today. It is, of course, your St. Clair Saints up against my favorite Pixel Chickens. We do have McGill University coming up here, who've had themselves quite the relaxing start of this tournament, to say the least. They did get the bye, so they've not had to play anything right now. Going to be kind of going into this match a little bit cold, but if they can somehow pull off the upset here, that's a ticket on the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the previous games that they've played, they are a decently strong team, but compared to the Saints, I mean, it's like calling a chicken strong, right? I mean, that is their kind of picture, right? The pixel chicken.
Yeah.
Like, a chicken is a very strong animal, right? But, like, you compare that to an ant, it's strong. If you compare it to a human, well, I mean, you know, and hollow bones and all that, it's not that strong. So it's kind of that perspective of they're good, but are they on the level of the Saints? I don't think so.
Hey, we'll have to see. There's also, of course, the map potential. We've never necessarily seen them competing yet, so who knows? With chickens being related to dinosaurs, who knows what kind of strength they can pull up.
For sure.
But as we do take a trip actually around the rest of the Esports Nationals to kind of see what's going on, because haven't really gotten to take a chance to really take a look at these other groups. We're going to hop into Group B here in just a quick second, it looks like, where you have Conestoga, we have University of Toronto, Mississauga, University of Guelph. With all those teams, I would say being like actually rather solid.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If you were to predict, though, who do you think would get out of here?
Honestly, Toronto, Mississauga, I'm kind of familiar to see them. They're not all, like, they're decent, but compared to Conestoga and Guelph, they're definitely stronger. But I'd say the winners here are probably going to be Conestoga.
Yeah, it's definitely what it's looking like here. We do have the group actually pulled up here with the bracket itself. Now, University of Toronto, Mississauga did actually go the full distance here versus University of Guelph on round one. Conestoga looks like they got themselves the bye, and that match going to be happening later on tonight as well. Looks like Conestoga is actually streaming that as well. I know some people are going to want to definitely check that out. But University of Toronto Mississauga, like at least last year I remember during the Canadian Nationals, they're like sleeper killers. They're actually pretty solid, and I'm not gonna sleep on University of Guelph either. If they brought University of Toronto Mississauga to Game 3, if they either have to go up against them again or go up against Conestoga, who knows? Maybe they can find themselves in there.
Yeah, quite possible. Also, kind of just a fact to bring is that if you bring any match to Game 3, you know that to a certain extent the opponents are on a semi-equal footing, right? Because, like, League of Legends is a game where, I mean, I like to say that there's no good comeback mechanics, but they are decent, just because Deadlock has significantly better ones.
Not biased at all.
By a landslide. But yeah, League of Legends does have good comeback mechanics to a certain extent. And if, like, even if you didn't play the early game perfectly, as long as you're able to capitalize on your opponent's movements, you can, to a certain extent, come back, right? At the end of the day, it only takes one smite and you can get Baron. It's just a question of who smites it.
Yeah, it just takes one objective. It takes one bad team fight. Like we saw with the Saints during the last Tuesday game, down by 7K, but you just find the right ulti at the right time and you get yourself right back into the game. Going to eventually take a look at Group C and onward as we get through the rest of these Canadian Nationals groups as well. As we do wait for the players to get lined up into the lobby, slowly but surely. We know how League can be to get things all set up and whatnot.
They take their jolly time most of the time. I had that fun experience. Because, I mean, okay, to be honest, though, it's also just a League of Legends thing, right? Because most of the, like, Riot games, like, Valorant and League of Legends just have the habit of, like, the players are really slow to, like, trickle into the lobby. It's like, yeah, but they're still practicing or they're still doing something. It's like, okay, yeah, but, like, the lobby was supposed to start 3 minutes ago. Why aren't you here?
Well, here's the thing, though. I get with Valorant because you have an aim trainer.
Yeah, there is an aim trainer in Valorant.
You can be kind of playing.
Like, where are you? Like, our launcher is literally a glorified Chrome page, okay? You can't really mess that up.
Yeah, but I do want to quickly throw it back to just kind of the tournament as a whole, because we do have, of course, a bunch of the other groups happening as well. Yep. But somebody had posted something on X recently, and it was basically like a tier list of the entire Canadian Esports Nationals.
Oh,
and like,
okay.
Okay, who's going to be your picks to take this thing? And then alone at the very top of it, the only S tier, don't want to brag a bit, but St. Clair. And it's kind of hard not to kind of have ourselves as the favorites, considering
we have the best program.
We might be slightly biased, but
slightly.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah,
but
sure.
With the lost my train of thought here, but.
Yeah,
just seeing, like, it's not just us thinking that way, though. Like, all these other Ontario schools, all these other Canadian schools, like, looking to make an absolute upset here. And it would be an absolute statement. Like, I made the joke about McGill being our pixel chickens or whatnots, but who knows? It could be any given day that this is the day that they maybe pull it off, as we do have draft now underway here for game number 1.
Yeah, okay, so first ban from the Saints is the Ziggs, which is pretty good ban, honestly. That bot lane is just annoying to play into. The Yasuo and the Viego, also very good bans. Viego's just... I feel like he's kind of a troll pick in the jungle, but, I mean, people get baited, I guess. It is what it is. And that Yasuo. Then we have the Ivern ban, the Cassante ban, and the Jax ban. So they're really targeting that top lane. So Salma's taking some target bans here. And then first pick, Yone. I like that. Yone, very staple. I mean, I hate him, but I like it for this draft. Strong character, 10 out of 10. Camille as the comeback here on the 2-3 with a volley bear. Camille's interesting because she's not necessarily in the meta a lot.
No.
But she's kind of a character that you can always pick, right? She's like a Fiora or a Gwen. You can kind of pick her no matter what, and you can carry, but it's not like meta per se.
Right.
So if you want to axe your composition around your top laner, you can. but I wouldn't recommend. The Volibear, honestly, a good pick in the jungle. We see Maddie play it a lot, so he's probably going to know how to play into it. And
I think that's why this switched here.
That's why we get the Trundle. Yeah, Trundle is very strong into that Volibear, right? When he ults, he gains a lot of stats, so you just steal those stats. Plus, Trundle just in general has a decent clear speed, good gank potential, and scales very well into the late game as a bruiser.
Yeah, just one of those like perfect situational kind of counter picks. He's never the exciting champion to pick,
No.
but sometimes he is just the perfect champion to pick. So going up against the Volibear definitely going to make sense, and we do see the Poppy getting locked in for either top support. What are we thinking?
Okay, so Poppy's a good flex here. Could go top, could go support, could go jungle, honestly, because that Trundle can go top. And Trundle top into a Camille is definitely playable. But the Poppy is probably going to be going top, in my opinion, because Poppy into Camille is just a decent pick. And then here we see the Lissandra picked by McGill, probably going to be going mid lane. There is a way to build her support, but not really recommended. Lissandra, honestly, is a good pick in the mid lane. Counters Yone relatively well, just because a lot of CC. But at the same time, you're laning into Yone. There is no such thing as a counter pick.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Lissandra in this case. I do like so far that McGill's got some somewhat unconventional stuff kind of coming out here. But speaking of unconventional,
what's the rat doing?
That's a Twitch ban, actually, targeted towards McGill's AD carry in this instance.
They're banning
here.
the chat.
They are banning the chat. Yep. Okay, chat, you are off now. It's sub-only mode now.
Yep.
But I do kind of like what McGill did here, though, because they saw that Saints were hovering the Aurora.
Yeah. And
so if you're kind of scared of it, ban it. Just ban it. Get it out of here.
Guys, don't worry. Sama first tried it, and then that we're getting it banned. Okay.
Well, no, that could still go banned in theory. Yone can do what he pleases, right?
I mean, yeah, Yone can do what he pleases, even though it's supposed to be Mundo's line.
Exactly.
Yeah, the definition of goes where he pleases changed very, very quickly as the new league champions came out. Oh, Pantheon hover. Pantheon pick. Okay, McGill is...
They're cooking something.
They're cooking. I don't know what they're cooking, but they're cooking. The Swain here being hovered by the Saints is interesting. Swain is a very good support here. Could also be a mid lane pick if that Yone is going top. Honestly, I like the Saints. They have so many flex picks. Yone can go everywhere. Trundle can go top or jungle. Poppy can go jungle, support, or top. Swain can go top, can go mid, can go support. Like, there are so many flex picks here. I love it. McGill has no clue what the Saints are cooking, and neither do I.
Yeah, but, like, yet McGill I still feel like they're comfortable. Even though, like, Saints are going full draft kingdom and probably making LS happy, like, with the way that they're playing around all of their flex picks. Like, I still feel like McGill's, like, not even upset at this. Like,
no, I think they're just going for comfort picks here. They're like, okay, well, we know what we like to play, so let's just... Okay, yeah, so speaking of flex picks, the one and only. So I got no clue what the Saints are doing. These picks could be going anywhere, and I wouldn't even know where they go.
Okay, then.
Wait, so no ADC?
No.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so, like, you had mentioned Swade's support, but maybe Swade APC?
That could be an APC, honestly. This team composition is so front-loaded. It's not even like, oh, yeah, no, guys, we're going to have, a line and, like, some back-loaded and some front-loaded. No. This is just front-line galore. Nobody here is in the back line. We will run into your team comp. That's it.
I was going to say, they better be front-loaded because they have, like, next to no range here. Everybody has
no range.
It's, like, literally Gragas and then maybe a little bit of Swade, but that's basically it. If you include Poppy throwing her shield, okay, you got something. But
nah, full this is Poppy with Buckler. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine.
The Season 14 bot lane is what we're getting the call out here from the chat.
Yeah,
so
that sounds about right.
This is definitely interesting. Meanwhile, to kind of close out things on the McGill side of things, definitely not Spyro. It is going to be Smolder coming out to play for the side of McGill. So even on the side of McGill, they're going to have an unconventional support.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be a Pantheon support. And then we've got the Lissandra mid, Volibear jungle, Camille top. But, like, okay, here's the thing. Camille is strong because her whole thing is to jump on the enemy ADC and one-shot them, right? Here's the problem, though. There is no ADC to one-shot.
Yeah.
They're all tanks. So like,
Yeah, even the damage.
What will the Camille do?
Yeah, even the damage dealers have some beef to them, to say the least here.
Yo,
So,
okay.
absolutely crazy to see here.
Trust the Saints do a funny. They all go Heartsteel. It'll be funny.
I will have to trust you on that one. And then here we got Ethug in the chat. That's a name I have not seen in a long time. Hope you're doing well, mate. But why not go Zach?
Zach? I mean, sure. Let's just add that to the list of things.
Another character to just full send in here. That actually could have been something too. Hey, we'll add that to the playbook for next time. But yeah, it's looking like we have ourselves a rather interesting game number 1 right around the corner here.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I honestly can't wait to get into this because this is either going to be feast or famine. I feel like.
oh, this is a feast or famine comp, all right.
Either they're going to absolutely face roll, or this could be a bad time.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing, though, that I want to point out for McGill, other than the Camille going to be useless, although she is decent into tanks, don't get me wrong, the true damage is nice, but her whole thing is ADCs. The Smolder could be a problem eventually if the Saints let him cook a little too long, because that is one of, like, the biggest threats, is Smolder is a ticking time bomb at any point, right?
Of course, yeah.
Because he deals so much damage in that late game with the Elder Dragon buff. But Smolder in and of himself isn't actually that much of a threat in the early game, as we all know, because Baby Dragon go poof whenever you deal any damage to him. And he can't ult every other wave, so he doesn't have that safety anymore.
Right.
And that laning phase, so I'm going to assume here Yone is actually going to be ADC in the bot lane. That's another possibility.
Just to pressure that Smolder constantly.
Yeah, Swain would be in the top lane. You could have like a Gragas support, Trundle jungle, Poppy top to make sure. Because like when it comes to Camille, right? Camille's a big carry. So
right.
You want to make sure that she doesn't actually start snowballing. Because if Camille starts snowballing, that'll actually be a threat. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to deal with that. So you just put the Poppy there. So Camille can't snowball. Don't get me wrong, she'll be ahead. It's not a winning lane for Poppy, but it's not a losing lane either, right?
Right.
So she's kind of going to break even. And then the bot lane, this Smolder is going to get absolutely dunked on because you've got a Swain who is a CC powerhouse and a Gragas, right? And then if those two are just completely smoking the guy, they have good single target damage, right? And they can ignore the Pantheon very, very well, which is probably why they're going to place them there, at least in my brain. And then you've got, Yone, sorry, in the bot lane plus the Gragas, which will just good CC, right?
Yeah.
And then the Lissandra will actually be a really good matchup for Swain, because Swain, when he pulls in Lissandra, and then with the ult, yeah, okay, Lissandra can claw out, but she can't claw into Swain, which is one of her bigger engages. So because of that, she kind of ends up in this situation where she's hard stuck of the, well, I can't really push my advantage in lane, versus Swain, who can just lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
As long as you got the mana for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're okay, he could do a funny and go Heartsteel, but odds are he's going Roa, or he's gonna go with like a Lost Chapter first item, right? So he's gonna have enough healing that he won't have to worry about that. And as long as he's pulling people in, right, he's gonna be healing a lot. And if he takes damage, right, you've got what's it called, Callist of Eons. That gives you mana based off of the amount of damage that you took, right? And it's pre-mitigation too, so it doesn't matter if he's building resistances or not. So he shouldn't run out of mana once he gets that first item in, and before that, Lissandra doesn't have all-in potential anyways, right? So she's kind of fine.
Okay, fair enough there. And one thing that I did want to kind of talk about, because we've seen this in a couple of the other games here for the Saints so far, where the team compositions don't, I guess, stay the same that you may have noticed, like during NACE, for example. Like we've seen in the Overwatch matches before where it was your academy squad and varsity squads mixed. Heck, I know Theo, who you've probably seen a bunch of times here casting, on Saturday might very well get to play a couple matches for himself in some of these playoff games. And it's kind of been like that across the board to the point where I'm looking at the lobby rates now. And as of right now, I'm seeing some odd positions here for some of our regulars. Because one, okay, Sama top lane, Flocon mid, okay, that's normal.
That makes sense, yeah. But then
Alonso's putting himself in here. Coach is getting the play in jungle.
Whoa!
But Maddie is still playing
where
as AD carry, or AP carry, depending on who's going to the bot lane.
Wait, hold on. So Maddie is going.
From jungle to bot lane. And
Okay.
then Miracle's on support, which is normal. So that part's normal. But a little bit of a interesting switch around here.
I mean, the math ain't mathin', but I mean, the math doesn't need to work. As
Hey,
long
neither did a first-time Mbessa. But I mean, at the same time, if he gets you the right answer at the end, we won't
Yeah.
question how he got there. But
one of those new math, old math, 2 + 2 still equal 4. I don't know. At the end of the day, as long as they know what they're doing, I ain't gonna comment on it. I just don't want to see an AP Kog'Maw again, please.
Hey,
I know he's not playing, but like that thing is just oh.
Hey, well, at least this game anyway, we don't have to worry about it.
Woo-hoo!
No promises for later, but
Yeah, for sure.
we'll definitely have to see. I taught Matty everything he knows on Swain. Secret tech coming in through.
I mean, okay,
Back
to be
the Twitch
fair,
chat.
I used to play a bunch of Swain top, and I had this like habit of going Catalyst of Eons, and then I would go and build. It was when Spirit Visage, I think, came out. You know the AP item that takes AP or magic resist, like it steals
Yes.
it. It was a support item, so I would build because Catalyst of Eon used to build into that. So
Okay.
I would build the no, it's Abyssal Mask. Yeah, that's what it's
I
called.
was gonna say I was gonna call it Abyssal
Mask.
Scepter, but I'm showing my age a little bit here.
Yeah, a little too
But
much. So I would go Abyssal Mask, and then I'd go Roa.
oh hey.
Oh my god. Okay, Flocon taking some damage here.
Okay, it's one way to start things off here, as we do get to see everything that was posted in the chat basically getting confirmed. You got Sama up in the top lane for the Saints alongside Alonzo in jungle, Flocon mid, Maddie down in the bot lane on the Swain AP carry, Miracle support Poppy. Meanwhile, the opponents
Hail of
here.
Blade support Poppy.
Interesting.
That's an aggressive Poppy.
On the side of McGill, though, let's take a look at our opponents. Up in the top lane on the Pantheon, it is going to be Feather Slash. We have Sylph Snow in the jungle on the Volibear. We have Shatter 3K with Lysandra, and we have Sama almost getting smoked here in the bush, but not quite going to be getting hurt this time by Bagodib on the Smolder. And that is a support Camille
Yeah, okay, so
for
we have
Vesti, or Vesticious.
We have seen the support Camille come out a little bit, but it
I was
did
gonna say,
get
explain.
nerfed, like very heavily for a while now. So like I don't know about that one, Chief.
I mean, they did end up actually going for the switch or the lane swap really quickly here. So solid move there from
That ain't
McGill.
looking good.
However, yeah, Feather Slash is having a hard time right now. Granted, so is Sama, but at least Sama has a little bit of range to farm from a switch position like this.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, okay, you cannot counterpick Gragas because his whole MO is to not play or like not be interactive, right?
Sure.
Like I love playing Gragas because you can't really.
Oh, hang on. Right down to the bot lane. They are going to immediately punish this thing. Alonzo puts himself in, and he snakes first blood.
Yep, first blood, and that's gonna be some cash for the Saints. I like this. See, this is what happens when lane swaps happen. Because lane swaps are a knowledge check for macro. All right.
True.
If you understand how lane swaps work, you will have either a good or bad time, and that's entirely based on if you know how macro works. The Saints know how macro works. They took the entirety of the jungle, and then just ganked instantly. And now he's taking his red buff, and you can see that Sylph Snow did the same thing, and now
here he
going
comes
for that top lane gank here as the big wave comes out.
Yep, Sama's going to end up getting smoked, but there's going to be a teleport coming on through. Lots of turret damage going down onto Sylph Snow, but as the turret finally resets, everybody else on the side of McGill are going to get out with relatively healthy health bars. Maddie tries to make the save, but too little too late, 1-1.
Yep, 1-1. I mean, again, this is like proof that they knowledge check the Saints properly. So it's basically supposed to be a guaranteed kill on each side when you're doing the lane swap right. The difference is this.
Oh yeah, we got the follow-up now. Maddie is being taken down, but at the same time, Miracle is here for backup. Ignite down onto the Camille. Camille will fall. Vesticious goes down, and now that is a nice elimination now onto Maddie's checkbook.
Yep, and now here we can see, so now the top lane is now just bot lane, and the bot lane
Yeah.
is on the top lane. But the difference is, in the top lane, plates are a lot more tanky, right? So your ADCs are going to be cutting through those turrets as quickly, which is both a good and a bad thing.
We got we got the return visit here from Alonso. They're going to put a little bit of damage on, but if anything, actually the Saints took a little bit more damage compared to Feather Slash. Good avoidance.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta make sure that you're not screwing everything up when you're playing Pantheon. Pantheon's a very strong character in the early game, but in terms of team fights, I don't know.
A little bit of a jump scare. Vestigious here onto the Camille. That's actually going to be Miracle. Ooh. Extremely low, pushes them away, but not far enough away. Sylph Snow here to maybe do a little bit of a flaying on the Flocon, but it forces the flash rather. Thinking of Pantheon down the bottom here with the slashes, but that is still going to be tied up 2-2 now.
Can you slash with a spear? I don't know. It feels like that would be a really weird...
I mean, unoptimally, but I think you probably could.
Like, the spears are supposed to be pierce weapons, right?
Yeah.
Or, like, you're bunkering them down for, like, a charge.
Yeah.
Like, if it's cavalry. But, like, a slash has got to be the weirdest thing ever.
If you slash with a spear, you're throwing. But as we do see...
Me talking to the Spartans.
Miracle does make their appearance once again here in the mid lane. It is going to cause Shatter 3K to go down. Small little combo there from the Flocon and Miracle to secure that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They know.
Yeah, zip out of here.
Say that Camille's about to be toast.
Yeah, evacuate as fast as possible. Enough at the greedy bags. Miracle and Alonso both given chase, but they will eventually retreat under their turrets and be A-okay.
Yeah, so as you can see here, Feather Slash, is having a really hard time because of the mono pool, right? Gragas doesn't care. He's got a Tear of the Goddess, a cloth armor, and a Dorn's Ring. He's got a mana for... Oh.
Yeah, now a back up in the top lane. Another visit here. Unfortunately, Bagodib on the Smolder immediately going to get popped. Miracle got pretty low, but not enough to go down. So Saints in the lead in terms of gold and eliminations to start this one off as we see another duel in the mid lane. But actually, Sylph Snow this entire time has just been on this dragon.
Yeah, good macro, honestly.
So, honestly, yeah, you see everybody partying up top. Go for an objective.
For sure, because we know the Saints are going to get those W1s instantly off of that play. So very good macro there just to go for that opposite objective, because if you don't, it's going to be a rough time. In the bot lane, which is now the top lane, we can see, though, that Swain already has I forget, the magical bag thingy. Plus boots, which is very good. It will keep him, first of all, dot renewing every few seconds when he's in his ult, so super useful to have. This is usually what you rush anyways. And then you can look for stuff like Malignance or,
Got to catch off for a second here. The Camille of Vestigious is going to be going down nice and quick. Another one into the pocketbook of Maddie. And just pop in the Swain ultimates. Sure, you took damage, but you basically get enough HP to keep yourself healthy. Now down in the bot lane, Sama up against Sylph Snow. Nice little cask there, though, to return a bunch of damage. Makes Sylph Snow think twice about continuing that dive and get themselves out alive nice and safely.
Yep, it's a Gragas. You cannot dive that. You cannot fight that. Just farm and be happy. Or, well... Poor Smolder. Oh,
it's poor Smolder. Sure, you could get Mom to come try and help you out, but it's not going to be enough this time. But we do have the Camille giving chase. We're going to have to turn around for those minions.
Okay, so, moral of the story, Saints winning.
Moral of the story, nobody's surprised. But
yeah,
based off of tier lists anyway, yeah. But it could still be anybody's game very, very early still. Yeah, actually, they're kind of making a little bit of a charge out of this. It's going to force Sama to actually... debate on going back. Otherwise, some sort of return visit could be problematic. And Flocon melted in the middle of winter, apparently, just completely taken down. That is elimination number 1 now here for Flocon.
Yeah. So one of the main things with Feather Slash here on the
Okay.
Good trade. Honestly, good trade. That's what. Is what we saw right before that Clair dying was he actually baited Sama. For the belly slam, right? Because the lane for that Pantheon into Gragas is you wait for the gap close, right? The point blank stun, and as he's in his animation to slam you, you belly slam him, right?
Okay.
Which stuns him midair, which means you don't get stunned,
right?
And he takes damage. and he lost that ability. He usually does that when he's at 5 stacks, because then he can go 1, 2, 3, and then the 3 auto attacks, and he's already got 3, so he only needs 2 more auto attacks to then pierce you with his Q. But what he did was he walked up, baiting the belly slash, and then he went for it.
It's always the little interactions that can make the biggest of differences. Maddie now stuck between a lot of members of this McGill University squad, able to just keep themselves tanky. It's all up to Sylph Snow to maybe catch up. They do get the stun on them. Big shutdown now going over to the Pantheon, and it's going to continue, actually. Miracle's going to fall. A big kill going over to Bugadib on the Smolder, finally getting a bit of a jump start after a bit of a rough lane phase.
Yeah, okay, that was a little bit of a rough time for the Saints.
Oh.
The one downside with Maddie is on that, oh boy.
I was thinking, are they actually going to go for that? No, not this time, but...
yeah. On that Swain, you do need levels. Levels are very, very important, because if you don't have levels, you're going to be significantly less damage, right? And that's why I played in top lane or mid lane. Because if you're playing a bot with a dual laner, you need your levels, or else your tankiness is almost not there unless you build tank items themselves, right? So here, Maddie's kind of in a rough situation. He does have a decent level. Don't get me wrong; he's the second highest in the lobby. But it would be nicer if he was like level 9, right?
Absolutely. And we're seeing kind of a couple of fights across the map here. Flokan going to pop the ultimate, not going to find anything this time. Feather Slash, immediate punish. It's going to be up to Sama to maybe make this happen. Miracle is here, but there is no damage here for St. Clair, and that's going to be absolute capitalization for McGill up on the top line as well. Maddie trying to fight for his life up there. Sama's going to fall. It could just be a matter of time before Miracle goes down, but it is going to be the stun. One more shot. Feather Slash going to take care of that one. Up on the top lane, Maddie is still A-OK alongside with Alonzo, but an overall massive negative trade here for St. Clair, and maybe even Void Grubbies on the menu.
Yeah, the Grubs could be there, but may I bring your attention to Swain? Has a Dark Seal and Black Fire Torch already, so there's going to be a lot of AP going through for him. On top of that, you're also going to want to probably see a Malicious next item on that Swain.
Oh, hang on a second here. Okay, that's some decent AoE coming out here from the Smolder on the side of McGill. This is an absolute mosh pit in the Void Grub pit. And now you're kind of seeing that AP really start doing dividends here for Maddie. But it's Alonzo with the 3K, 6-0-1 on the Trundle before 15 minutes. Coach is putting on a show here today.
I mean, the coach is showing why he's the coach.
Hey, how many times have we heard, oh, the coach of our team, yeah, they coach, but they can never perform like us?
I mean, I saw it in a Counter-Strike game, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, the coach, like 2 players couldn't make it. So they had the coach on in a sub because they only had 1 sub. And the coach just hit like 3 perfect spray transfers. And it was like, what the hell is going on? Why don't they just let the coach play?
Yeah. Next lesson, Exhibit A. See this.
Yup.
And stop questioning me. But a couple of these eliminations, though, going over into the pocket of McGill was going to be scary until Saints did get that Void Grub team fight. We could have a little bit of a bad time here. Shatter, unfortunately, has just been a bit of a non-factor here in this one. Ultimate going to be coming down from Sama as well. Maybe he's trying to see if they can get enough of a combo to maybe burst them down, but not this time, as if there is one thing that McGill's doing right on the money. It is these dragons.
Yeah, it is these dragons for sure, and now they're kind of looking for that. Is it? Whoa, what the? Why is the Skull Crab color change? He's not just green now, he's like green, orange, and red. Okay, that's new, probably due to the team update actually. I just realized the turrets look different. I probably should have realized that before. Wow. I need to hop back on League of Legends.
Yeah, I think we were making the joke a couple of weeks ago that secretly Azir is inside that Pokeball, and if you blow up the turret, he actually shows up with his soldiers and makes a new turret. But Flokan now here in the mid lane, and a little bit worse for where. Okay, that was actually kind of deadly. They're going to go for this, but it might just end up being a 1-for-1. Fantastic timing. Kind of unlucky there for Vasticious to just immediately ult underneath the turret, but they did at least get the 1-for-1.
Yep, for sure the 1-for-1 is worth it here, just because you're turning wave, right? So it's
true.
gold and XP that's lost.
Oh, Maddie's there, though, at least.
Yeah, Maddie's there to tank the wave, though. So it's not a huge dedication for them. Oh, Maddie got the extra HP, but at the cost of current HP. That's the other thing. You wouldn't think that Swain just has an ability built into his passive that builds him free max health. Like, you don't think of that.
No.
But, like, he does. Every time he lands a spell that isn't his Q or his ult, he gets free max HP. It's insane.
Do want to quickly take a look at the gold leads across the lanes while we do have it pulled up here. And no team fights fighting. As you can see, Shelly does get eliminated here by Alonso. That'll be used eventually. But top lane, actually, Feather Slash doing a fantastic job compared to Sama. A little bit worse for wear. I'm going to have to hold on to that for just a second here. Vicious is going to ult, but immediately just get destroyed. Sylph Snow is going to get hunted down like it's nobody's business. Down in the bot lane. Flocon looking for the same here for Shatter, but Shatter is just trying to kill the dang waves at this point, let alone a Yone. So right now, Saints just in full control.
Yeah, no, the Saints have got this on lockdown. You can see the damage coming out from Maddie right now. It is insane. That Blackfire Cord plus those Sword Shoes are doing a lot of work. That Darksteel at 7 stacks right now is a lot of damage decked up for him.
Okay, on the side of McGill, they're going to try and defend this here at this inhibitor turret. And they're able to get rid of Shelly, and they're able to at least deter the Saints for now. Half health gone on that turret, but not going down just yet. But now they have to point their direction or their focus down towards his bot side. Alonso nearly caught out, sitting at about half health, but that is still a remarkably tanky Trundle. Miracle going to get credit for the first elimination here. Shatter might just be a CC bot, but they are going to end up going down this time by Flocon and his awkward little 1v2. Not going to be able to make it happen, though. Down in the bot lane still. Lots of low health bars. Vasticious has actually got themselves 1-2 kills as well. They take out a bunch of the Saints and are able to at least deter this for a little bit longer. But Maddie is still alive. The Swain is going out through the stun, though. Big play there from Feather Slash to stop that one-on-one from happening. It's all up to Sama versus turrets, and I don't think they're going to be able to do anything there. So honestly, good on McGill to at least hold the line.
Yeah, for sure, they have the line very well here. That, believe it or not, but Gragas can take turrets. You wouldn't expect it, but with Void Grubs, usually a Demolish, and the pass, you know how when he drinks, right? Mm-hmm. The Slam actually deals bonus damage to turrets now.
Oh,
right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Even better.
And it's percent max health damage, so it's like it's a good damage onto turrets. So you can shred through some turrets pretty quickly. But the main thing for Gragas taking out turrets is that Demolish. So if he doesn't have it, which I don't think he does.
Oh my goodness. Miracle with the stun immediately detecting the pathway of Shatter 3K. Immediate stun, immediate elimination. And then did also want to point out, he was there for just a second, but the difference between junglers in terms of gold difference was absolutely ridiculous. The 6 eliminations onto Alonso right now is just making so anything he does is just super effective.
For sure, and you can kind of see it with the, just like, look at the kill feed. Or the kills just in general, right? You've got your Pantheon, who has a good kills, right? He's got 5 kills. Oh, Flocon.
Yeah, still actually comfy enough to go on against the one-on-one versus Flocon. But jump scare Gragas coming on through, just turning this right around. Feather Slash being knocked all over the place. Sylph Snow is here, as well as Shatter 3K. But do they have enough damage to get the job done? It is going to go on the Flocon. The Yone is down. The push is going to continue up in that top lane, but Shatter just has to actually ult themselves to stay alive. Good flash to get away from the charge from the Gragas, and they might be able to turn this to long-range damage. Can Shatter finally find the elimination to get themselves kick-started? Oh. Sure enough, some huge shutdowns going over. Double kill to Shatter 3K finally on that Lissandra.
Yep. That is going to be... Oh, hold on here.
Yeah, we're not quite done, Maddie. You might be tanky, but you ain't that tanky. Gonna immediately go down. Vasticious on the charge, and somehow the Saints spread themselves too thin and just give up kills everywhere. Ace for McGill.
Okay, hold on. Hold up.
Okay, Flocon. Okay, we're not going to stop this then. Vasticious is being jumped on by Flocon. Looks for one. Looks for Bogadib as well, but of course, you ran out of time.
Okay, So I'm going to sugarcoat it. Why does the Smolder have Hubris? Like, I get it, kind of lore accurate because he's cocky, but like, no! No!
Laban's turn to explain this for me, or actually explain in a second here, as we are going to see Shatter 3K going to be forced to hold down by the Dragon. Actually, the Saints are going to be able to catch the McGill squad trying to sneak this Dragon. They've done it a few times, but they're not going to get away with it this time. Feather Slash, last one alive. Good save from Miracle to keep them away from their damage dealers in that instance. That's going to be a Dragon. That's going to be 2 kills. Flocon just does not care in this instance. Going to take the 1-on-2 anyway. Ults right on in on the Smolder. Goodbye health bar. And we're probably going to see goodbye for Flocon in a second, unless he could be an absolute madman. Oh my gosh.
How did he live that long?
And then Miracle comes in.
Miracle jump scare.
Secured.
Yes. Okay, so Hubris in layman's terms. It's basically just a Medjai's for AD.
Okay, so more kills, more damage, but if you die, you lose everything.
No. If you die, you don't lose anything. But you can only get the extra AD after a kill.
So just, you have to snowball it really badly.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, we got 1 takedown. Now I have access to the bonus AD that Hubris gives me.
Okay, that is actually really, really interesting then.
Yeah, and it stacks by, I think it's like half an AD.
Hey, well, hopefully, if for the sake of Bagadib and the rest of McGill, that might be the difference maker they kind of need here. Because if we do look at the gold difference, the Smolder is just unfortunately like 3K behind here. Sama nearly going to be caught out, but no, not this time. But that could be the damage difference maker. And with so many people actually showing themselves down bot, it could be Baron time.
Yeah, not could. It is Baron time. Because, I mean, look, they have good damage right now. Actually, no, they don't. They don't.
I was going to say, it's not been that great. Sylph Snow is on the way. Smite in hand as well. Miracle's trying to tank this thing here, but it's going to end up being the flip, but no, Alonso completely secure in that. Team fight ends up going down with all the members of McGill eventually getting evaporated, but a couple of low health bars here on the Saints side of things, making things difficult. Feather Slash trying to lead the way here. Further side of McGill, Spear not going to land on the Flocon. Now it's Facetious. You may be the support, but you got the damage of the squad as well. Feather Slash takes care of the Yone as well. Sama the last alive. And that actually ended up being, sure, Baron the Saints, but they lose 4 compared to 3 of McGill.
Yeah, for sure. But at least the Saints still have 1 mid-buff. No, not mid-buff. This is not deadlock. 1 Baron buff.
Oh, we're not going to have anything if Sama ends up getting dove, though. They might actually sacrifice a couple of them here for that. But your Baron power play has been eliminated.
Yeah, that was an event, I think. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh God. Hello, Miracle.
Miracle from half a screen away just appears. Okay.
Jump scared Tinkaton bonk, apparently.
This is the second time.
Gigaton hammer right onto them.
Yup. But one of the main things that I think...
He's still going. Sorry,
oh my God, he is.
Okay.
Rat. Okay.
Sorry, I got excited for a second.
So,
go ahead.
One of the things that I want to point out is I really would like to see Maddie go for, like, I don't know, a Thorn Mail, okay? Because, no, but
explain.
They have 4 AD characters.
I mean, yeah.
And the mid laner is 2 and 5.
Fair.
So, like, most of their damage is AD here. 1 Thorn Mail, he already has 3 damage items. He already has that Zanya's, which gives him armor. But, oh, hold on.
I was going to say, we might very well have ourselves an engagement come on here up that top lane. A little bit of chip damage across the side of McGill. Saints take a little bit as well. Feather Slash wants to go. Vasticious is actually kind of caught out. It's going to have to AOT their way out of here and just ends up
ODM gear.
Basically. But now up in the top lane again. It's not so much him and High. It's actually going to be Shatter 3K who's going to opt to pull the trigger, pops the ultimate on themselves, but everybody else is just kind of like, nah, bro, you're kind of by yourself. We're going to wait till you're dead to actually engage in on this thing. They wait and take their time, but it's actually kind of turning around a little bit in their favor. Bagadib is still alive, but Alonso's on top of them. Sama's keeping Feather Slash away, but it is allowing for Alonso to just absolute ground and pound on that dragon. Triple kill, and now they have the control in the top lane. Maybe get some turret damage done.
Yeah, but the Smolder, I don't know if you saw that, just got enough stacks to be at their like final evolve, right? He has the execute now.
Okay.
So it is going to be a dangerous time for the Saints. They need to close this out quickly. or else they will be dealing with a very strong baby dragon.
Okay, so we've gotten all the collectibles apparently here for Bagadev here with all these stacks. Now, explain. He said he has an execute, so is that on an ability or on an auto attack?
On a passive.
Just on his passive, okay.
Yeah, essentially, as long as he deals damage when they're below, it's like a Elder Dragon.
Gotcha.
That's all it is. He just gets Elder Dragon buff when he reaches his stacks.
Wow.
Can we talk about the build variety, by the way, on McGill? Sundered Sky. I love my Sundered Sky. Oh my god.
And we're about to have a Sundered Shatter here in a second if they're not careful. A very big overcommit here from Sama, diving into 3. Flocon as well alongside Maddie. Maybe in a little bit worse for wear. That is a very tanky Feather Slash. Flocon and Maddie doing as much damage as they can. We are bouncing from both places here. The support's still doing so much, but Maddie is going to be able to get the elimination on the Feather Slash. But the Smolder in the background did take care of Flocon. So a little bit of a trade. 1 for 2. Saints favored. That is an open mid inhib. And now they're pushing bot as well. This could be too much pressure for McGill to deal with.
For sure. That's going to be a triple inhib at the bare minimum, if not Nexus turrets and the Nexus itself. It will depend. Looking at those response times, they aren't that long that it would result in the Nexus turret, from what I can tell. But it might. Because here, 9 seconds with the Camille, they would much rather just go get their Outrage. It's just so much better, right? Get yourself closer to Soul, worst case scenario. But here you can see McGill are giving all the waves to the Smolder. Because at this point, Feather Slash is more than tanky enough. So is Silver Snow, right? Because they have their 2 items that really make them tanky, and that's Black Cleaver for Feather Slash and Sundered Sky. So those items give them the tankiness they need. Camille, I mean, Sundered Sky Eclipse is more than enough tankiness for her. She's a support anyways.
Right.
And then you've got the Smolder. And that's all you need. You just need Smolder to have enough damage. And this is kind of why I want to see some Torn Mails or... Ooh, that's another good one. Unending Despair, okay? Unending Despair is an AoE heal, and it gives you armor, right? So here, that would be huge on Swain. I'm surprised he doesn't have a Ryla's yet, which is the other thing that I'm, like... Ryla's, like, usually one of my rush items on Swain. Like, second item, you get Ryla's. But here he's got Zanya's, Leandri's, and Blackfire Torch, which makes no sense. But you know what? I mean, they're winning, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, to get them the results right now, I'm definitely not going to question, as we are going to now see the Saints moving in onto these Nexus turrets. Granted, these turrets basically unharmed, but one bad team fight, and that'll be the end-all be-all here for McGill. And with all the super minions starting to kind of swarm, we have ourselves a little bit of a mosh pit outside the Nexus, and it is going to be troublesome for the side of McGill to even just defend the minions alone, let alone the Saints. And we are seeing some massive AoE damage coming on through. Maddie apparently took all the lessons to heart, because that Swain, alongside the rest of the Saints, just absolutely obliterated McGill University, and the Saints comfortably taking game 1.
I mean, they were there, and then they weren't. That's a lot of AoE.
A blink and you miss it kind of moments there.
100%.
And just the scariness of what happens when the Swain gets exactly what they want, basically.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the main thing is when you see a Swain in the enemy team, your first instinct is, oh, they have a Swain. We need to bait the ultimate. If we don't bait the ultimate, we're just going to be stuck in a Swain ult for the entire team fight. And between you and me, that's not fun.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to calculate as well when you have 3 waves of supers on your turrets.
Yes.
So it's like you're trying your best to mash on through. I don't care what kind of executes or what kind of AoE you have. The supers don't really care about that, and they pack a surprising punch. So you're really put on a timer in that instance. And honestly, like, GG's all around, like, good fights, McGill. I honestly think even though that goal difference near the very end was starting to reach that kind of 10K mark, which is kind of the point where I would consider a point of no return.
Yeah, no.
It still felt like
it's FF.
It still felt like they had a win condition.
Yes.
It was just a hard one to perform at that point.
For sure. I mean, if the Smolder had a few more kills and more gold under his belt, for sure he'd be able to do something. But, like, he was still building LDR. He wasn't even at 3 items. And that Hubris could have been a decent win condition, but they'd have to get a kill, and the entire team comp for the Saints was tanky.
Yeah.
So, like, getting that Hubris proc was like, okay, they're already either dead or your entire team is already dead. so it's not really worth it at that point. I don't know. That's just me though.
No, definitely makes sense. It was a bit of a risky play. Definitely understand where they were coming from, but it was a gamble that did not necessarily pay off. But again, I don't necessarily blame them for going for it, considering they were already pretty far behind, pretty far down in that one. But of course, this is a best of 3 series. This is not done just yet, of course. I wouldn't go around the Nexus and say what other matches are happening right now. But this is the first time all week where it's actually only been one match. It's just this match here. So we will probably be throwing it to a quick break in just a moment's time, but I do want to give just a chance for last thoughts here for game number 1. Anybody really stand out here for you for that one?
Feather Slash was very strong on that
Oh, yeah.
And I'd like to see it again, or at least see more of those, like, kind of not really team-oriented characters. Like, Pantheon, you don't play that in competitive, right? You can see it in solo queue all the time. People love watching Spear Shot, and they love trying to mimic what he does. But Pantheon in and of himself in team like comps, you don't see it a lot, and it's interesting to see how he plays it out. And he played it very, very well. You could see good ultimates coming out for like roams and stuff like that.
Right.
But it is still Pantheon. It is still a very solo queue centered champion. So without all those kills, I don't know if we would have seen as good of a performance.
That definitely makes sense. And on the contrary of someone who I want to see step up here for game number 2, it is going to go over to Shatter 3K there in the mid lane, who was on the Lissandra, because I just felt like getting put onto Lissandra versus that team comp kind of trapped you into doing nothing.
Yeah,
and you didn't have your chance to really shine.
Not fun. Yeah. Because Lissandra is one of those characters where it's like, okay, guys, we need CC. Who do we pick? And then everybody looks at you as the mid laner, and you're
why
like,
me?
okay, I'm going to go Lissandra. Because like nobody wants to play Lissandra. To all those Lissandra mains out there, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Because she's just so boring to play. It's like, I'm going to stand in the middle of the enemy team, and then I'm going to root them, and then I'm going to throw an ice shot at them, and then I'm going to ult myself so I don't die.
Yeah,
it's like,
I can't complain to Lissandra mains, Anivia main here. I'm used to boring league games. So, on the Saints side of things, though, I gotta say, seeing Maddie on the carry position from the bot lane was kind of interesting.
I mean,
like that. And then, honestly, like Shadows all around, but also just Shadows to Alonso. Guy doesn't get to actually compete on the stage very, very often as the coach. And game number 1, absolutely popped off.
Bundle was beautiful.
Yeah, exact like clinic display as to how to just be an absolute nuisance to both a tank line and a squishies alike.
Oh yeah, no, that Smolder was not having fun.
No. That being said, quick water break is in hand here as we do get ready to hop into lobby for game number 2, and game number 2's drafts right around the corner. Can we see all of our Saints find 2-0 sweeps all the way into the Canadian Esports Nationals playoffs?
I wouldn't be surprised.
We're only technically 1 game away. We'll have to see, or can McGill make the upset? We'll see soon.
lads, gents, and anything in between. Welcome back. We are heading straight into draft. Here we have on the side of McGill, the first bands coming out. We've got Ivern, we've got Jax, and we've got the Poppy here. So I think they learned their lesson. They don't want that Hail of Blades Poppy messing up their lines. And then we've got the Silas, the Ziggs, and the Ashbane on the side of the Saints. First pick, Echo. These guys have watched Arcane.
Yeah, I got the Arcane buff this time here. Mid lane, top lane, who knows at this point. But now it's actually going to be St. Clair who's going to be picking up Smolder immediately. Is that a Maddie pick, or is there some substitutions in between games? I'm not quite sure, but we do have Cassante Gaming coming in here for game number 2, though.
No, not
Sama's going to have a fun time, because if there's one character he's played a ton of this season,
it's Cassante.
It's Cassante.
See, okay, hear me out. Cassante is like the Lissandra of the top lane.
Except actually good.
Except actually good. Yeah, exactly. Pyke? Ayo? Okay, I was talking about solo queue characters with that Pantheon, but Pyke is a different can of worms. Kind of ironic.
Like,
would that be considered irony?
I mean, I respect it either way,
well,
but
no,
it's risky.
Pyke is like a fish man in a can of worms that you bust open to go fishing. Is it, I feel like that's like some figure of like joking, but like not really. And I'm so bad at my English classes that I don't remember what it's called.
I think I know what you're getting at, but either way, we're going to see Pantheon come back out here again for a Feather Slash.
Perfect. So we've got a spear and we've got a knife. And then we've got a... What does Echo use? A bonk stick?
You stole Wukong's kendo stick and just made it arcane-y, I guess.
Okay, fair enough.
Now we have...
Nautilus,
now
let's go.
The tried and true here for Miracle. Another character, or another champion, rather, we've seen Miracle play constantly throughout NACE. Going to be making an appearance here in the Canadian Esports Nationals.
Yeah. Now I want to see those bands coming out. So we got Pyke, we got Pantheon, and we got Echo. What do you ban? Like, okay, yeah, the Oswald makes sense. I can see it. Just because it's annoying. I mean, nobody likes playing into Yasuo, okay? I don't want to hear Hasaki every 3 seconds. It's annoying. For all you Yasuo mains out there, because I know there's a lot of you, yes, it's annoying. Please, cut it out. I would much rather listen to Jin counting to 4. Oh, God.
But what about the ban of LeBlanc here coming out?
Ooh.
Annoying, but in a different specter. Instead of it being noise, it's being the fact that they're kind of blinking all over the place. But
I can't keep track.
Fair enough. Twitch chat, you are banned once again. Sub-only mode coming around the corner. And then... and then Syndra, we're just going to eliminate the burst capabilities, apparently, out of this mid lane.
Yes. I mean, honestly, Syndra ban makes sense. A lot of, like... Syndra's abilities are just really annoying to deal with in terms of, like, team fights.
Oh, no!
No! No! Why? No! Wait. It could be AD. It could be AD. I am opening the bottle of copium, but it could be AD Kog'Maw.
Oh.
Wait, no, please, Jin, please.
That would be
Jin.
so funny
Please be
if
Jin.
they got your most
Please- no.
hated and your most loved champion.
Bro, I
in a
love
row here.
Kog'Maw. I don't hate him, but I hate AP Kog'Maw. Oh my god.
Oh, man, you got just absolutely teased and owned within, like, the last 10 seconds.
Bro, the last 10 seconds have been rough, okay?
Now we just need someone to pick Sona as if they're an actual viable support, and then it would be the perfect
She is
wombo combo.
viable! I swear I'm not coping. She is. You just need to learn how to play with her.
The picks here for the side of McGill is going to be the Varus for a little bit of long-range poke alongside the Yone. Was left off on the board. And Saints might be thinking that everything's A-okay. The Rammus is not something I have seen in a long time, and that makes a lot more sense. I was going to pull Gary to pull the hat out. I actually have a Rammus hat from an old event, like way back in like 2012. That was
back when Riot Games actually gave us stuff.
Yeah, some old EG Day events there, but that was definitely on the board. But then, Volibear going to come out to play, which honestly, in terms of competitiveness, all right, fine.
Definitely worth it, yeah.
But I would have been okay if it was a Rammus pick.
Okay, so looking at the draft, I already have one big no. McGill only has one AP, and that's Echo.
Eh?
So this Cassante is about to build Thornmail. and then ignore half the cast.
Which is definitely a fair point. And then in terms of tanks, you're going to force Feather Slash, who's been kind of aggressive, to opt for, I guess, tank instead of damage?
No.
Or what else you can do here? Because
Well,
nobody else is really that tanky.
Well, okay, here's the thing, though. Pantheon is naturally tanky, right?
A little
But
bit.
You saw how long he stayed alive.
He was also kind of fed, though.
That is true. But trust me, when you build that Black Cleaver Eclipse combo, yeah, it's a damage item, but, like, you're tanky. So it shouldn't be too bad in terms of tankiness. Like, the Pantheon's going to be tanky. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is the fact that the back line won't have time to deal damage. Because that Varus needs to get auto attacks down, because I'm assuming it's an on-hit Varus. And to get those auto attacks down, he needs some time. Like, he's going to go lethal tempo. He needs to sack it up. Even if he has PTA, that's 3 auto attacks he needs to put down. 3 auto attacks takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Mainly when you have a big Cassante running at you.
Oh, yeah. 100%. You're going to have Volibear diving at you, too. So there's going to be a ton of pressure here onto McGill to really protect their carries. Like, sure, the Echo at least has a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card with the ultimates. But even still, it's a one and done. Like, you use that, you can't have it again during the team fight. And then all the rest of the damage is just very immobile. And Saints have put themselves in, I feel like, a really, really good prime position to move themselves into the playoffs for Saturday. Because just the way that this team comp's set up is really going to punish even the most, like, almost perfect positioning. You need, like, pin perfect positioning.
Oh, yeah. Pin perfect positioning. You got to get that kiting down to a science on that Varus. And, I mean, I guess you just hope that the Pike is going to be able to peel for you and then finish off your kills. But, again, they kind of nerfed Pike indirectly with the bounty nerfs. Because, so if you weren't aware, right, Pike is supposed to execute the characters that the ADC brings low and then give the money to the ADC while still making himself a good bit of cash.
Right.
But the advantage to it is he would also soak up the bounty because it was kill-based. Right? So you would have a 700 gold bounty on the Pike instead of the ADC, so you had to pick which one you killed. Do we take out the main source of damage, or do we take out the support that is worth a big amount of cash, but is slippery as hell, and honestly doesn't really give that much damage?
Yeah.
So it was really nice, but now the indirect nerf, because of the changes to the bounty system, which now works based off of gold, kind of makes it a little bit different. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays it.
Yeah, absolutely. Are they even thinking that far into it to
Totally
even
not, but
begin with it? Because heck, I know if I was a Pike player, it's like I see low player R.
Oh, your health bar went red. R. Yeah, I mean it's
Pike
the same.
is actually played by Freddy Fazbear.
What? Oh God, no. Oh, I did not. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the same neuron activation that you have when you play, like, Cho'Gath, right? The second that you see that, like, you can ult somebody, you just chomp them instantly.
Oh, yeah.
You know that's a free kill. I mean, the funniest combo on Cho'Gath is Flash R, and they're like, where did I go?
I'm still waiting for the Flash Acathian surprise, though.
Flash Icathian surprise. Wait, which one is that?
The kamikaze once you've died.
Right.
I'm waiting for
Can you
for
use
some interesting.
Flash when you're in
No, but I mean like flash into yourself into the team.
So you flash die and then Icathian. Bro, if you could pull that off, that would be insane. Holy smokes.
But sure enough, game number 2 now underway, and we have ourselves 2 teams just deathballing it towards one direction or another. Bot sign check up here from McGill University, looking to make the upset here and put not only the Saints League team in a Game 3 position, but give the entire Saints program and this entire Esports Canadian National, or this Canadian Esports Nationals, I think the first Game 3 of the entire tournament. So,
okay.
Would be impressive.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the runes. Please don't be AP.
It is a mid lane Kog'Maw with a Dorn.
Okay, you know what? It's mid lane. I'll allow it. This is fine. This is fine. It's good. It's not bot lane.
Versus a Yone.
Honestly, I don't care. No, it's good poking to Yone. Honestly, Yone's going to have a hard time into this. Kog'Maw is not ADC. That's what's important. Because an AP Kog'Maw is a mage.
True.
Putting your mage into your mid lane makes sense.
Oh, possible ambush here coming out here from the side of McGill. Maddie gets scooped up before they even make it to the turret. Ignite is popped. Down to next to no HP. Vasticious looking for the finishing blow. Or Bogadib. Can one of them get there? It's going to force a flash, actually. First blood going over to Bogadib within the first 2 minutes. They had to blow some resources for it, but they got it.
They had both the Ignite and the Flash taken out. So that is a good amount of resources. But look at this. This is what I was talking about. Mage, Kog'Maw mid is good. You can see it. Yone's a third of his health is gone already.
Yeah, force a pop. Maybe even, but
yep.
Yeah, but top lane, a little bit of a duel back and forth here. It's not actually looked like Sam was getting the better of this trade. Nearly half HP deleted within just a couple moments' time here. And yeah, honestly, good on McGill here.
Oh, the buffer
that was actually fantastic timing there from Miracle to get that hook out before the Pike ability really made connection.
Now, see, this is Giga Chad Nautilus activity.
I mean, it might not be Giga Chad if you're going to be dead here. Fantastic body blocking coming out here from Silv Snow, forcing the flash from Miracle. It's going to go down. Bogadib, their second elimination, and it's before 3 minutes. Silv Snow's rotation on down, going to be super effective.
Yeah, so, okay. Main thing here is the Pike is playing Pike very, very well.
The Pike is piking.
The Pike is piking. And that's what you want, right?
Of course.
Pike is a super early game character. You want to get that early lead so that you can snowball it into a late game. What?
Was Vasticious thinking about maybe taking a chunk out of Maddie here? I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
I think it's twice.
Yeah. Now the jungler is bot side.
Yeah, Alonso was debating on making a way down, but no, Vasticious is going to be able to get out of dodge for now. And then I see what you're saying here with Flocon versus Shudder, because now we got Shudder finally on a character that can at least carry a little bit easier. But yeah, they're taking a ton of poke for every trade here.
Yeah, like look at that damage, okay? This is where you want the AP Kog'Maw to be. Not in the bot lane when you need an ADC to help you out, right? Here you have that Smolder in the role of the ADC, so you can have, your mage in top lane. And it's fine if you put Kog'Maw bot lane as a mage and then have, I don't know, a Justana mid. Like, that works. Ooh, hold on.
Yeah, we got a bit of a scoop happening down the bot lane here. They're trying to dive on in on the Bogadib, but about a shot away. No. The shutdown is going to go on down, but it's going on over to Miracle. Meanwhile, Bogadib gets their third elimination as Alonso does go down. Now in the mid lane, this is kind of what I was worried about. They jump on the Flocon, and right as Shatter has to go away, Silv Snow is there to pick up the scraps and securing that mid lane elimination.
Yeah, here, honestly, McGill is doing very, very well. I'm proud of how they're working. Honestly, they're getting, like, Sama's getting punished very heavily here in the top lane and not having a good time. His health bar is very, very low, although he is keeping up on CS very, very well. Bot lane is a bloodbath, and it is McGill-sided, and this is what I was thinking would kind of happen, because that Nautilus just doesn't have the chance to engage because of the Pike, right? Pike is just being more aggressive than the Nautilus, and Nautilus can't be more aggressive than what he already is, or else he runs the chance of Smolder getting kidnapped. Right, and you, like, playing with a Smolder is basically just parenting 101. You just parent the Smolder until he's old enough to just destroy everybody around him, right? That is what the bot lane is. So at this point, Nautilus is just being a dad and kind of tanking all the shots for the
Jump scare Miracle down in the mid lane, as that is going to be Yode barely getting out, but now Feather Slash extremely low. Sama is going to flash forward and secure that elimination. So a little bit of an extra boost here. Sama, who's going basically neutral in this lane, now kind of picking up the pieces here and getting themselves the elim.
Yeah, the Feather Slash there.
Oh, Bogadib, no! They're going to go down as well, and that kill went exactly where they needed to go. Yikes. Maddie on the Smolder going to pick that one up. It's not a shutdown, but it is still an elimination nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure. Going back to the kill that Sama got, okay? That kill shouldn't have happened.
As I say, was the shield the wrong way?
Yeah, Feather Slash put the shield a little bit too much to the right.
Oh, no.
And because of that, someone was like, well, okay, you can't use abilities because he's in the shield. So he just kind of flashed him and shoot the one guy, and, well, I mean, big old Toffo just bonked him in the head and broke his helmet.
Yeah. And now this is kind of the point here where I do kind of worry for Flocon a little bit. Now that the Yone actually has their ultimate. Is that Wombo combo enough to maybe get the job done? But
I don't think so, honestly.
yeah, maybe not, but honestly good here on McGill. Rotated over to those grubs, and now they're maybe rotating on over to Sama. They do have 4 here, but the Saints are actually collapsing on top of this. Sama is going to dive on in. Vasticious is extremely low, going to end up going down, and the rest of the Saints have arrived, trying to take care of Shatter, who's just about a moment's time from zipping right back into their own death. Actually goes a little bit of a nice little one-on-one with Flocon, but not quite able to do it.
What,
another nice
hits?
Yep, another nice hook from Miracle. And Alonzo is going to pick this one up. And the Saints may not have gotten Void Grubs, but they basically got everything else in that exchange.
I mean, at that point, I'll take them having the grubby lawns. That is more than enough kills to completely make up for it. Someone's just cracked on that Cassante, honestly. The fact that he knew he could tank that long.
I was going to say, he lasted so long.
I would have, honestly, I wouldn't have even flipped the Pike. I would have just kidnapped the Pike and brought him somewhere else, because I would have been out of that fight. I was like, nah, that's too much heat. But all things considered, though, it went very, very well. Once again, why is the Scuttle Crab red and yellow? It's so weird.
It's a shiny.
It's a shiny. I think isn't it for like the next season or something? It's supposed to have like a new theme or something?
It's apparently an arcane tie-in from what I've been told, but
okay.
Yeah.
New tasty food for Briar.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Let's see this. So yeah, as we can see here, Flocon's kind of getting into that stage where mana problems are going to be like this concern, because once again, those ultimates that are going to be coming out, they may be on a low cooldown, but they do have a steep price, right? 400 mana per ability is it's nothing to scoff at. So he's going to want to have a lot of mana regeneration, and that's why he's getting that Archer staff. But ooh, hold on here.
Yeah, Silv Snow around the corner, maybe. So Vasticious is going to try and bait out a little bit. Silv Snow dives on through. They do manage to get on top of Miracle, but the ultimate's going to come on down here from Natty. Thogadiv does find one, does find a second one. They haven't gotten Natty enough time and enough damage to be able to pull off a fight that quickly. And honestly, McGill University, fantastic punish.
Yep, oh god, there goes the Pantheon.
Yeah. Getting kidnapped on the other side of the turret.
Hey,
Feather Slash, though,
right this time.
does...
I don't think it's going to change anything.
Oh my goodness, just enough damage there from Sama. And then poor Feather Slash has the one moment we called out, and then unfortunately, compared to game number 1, I think this Pantheon pick's kind of getting dealt with.
Yeah, no, he is definitely doing a good job here. Sama is just the goat when it comes to that Cassante. He plays it so much, he knows exactly how to play. Oh, hold on, Miracle here in a little bit of danger.
Yeah.
But he's going to get out. We're good.
Yeah, what's the counter engage look like? Maddie's not going to be in position to actually make this fight happen, though. Already sitting at about half HP all the way down to the fountain, but Alonzo is going to just be able to blow up Vasticious.
Oh.
A nice little flash there from Silv Snow to make sure that they don't get scooped up by that anchor. And sure enough, is going to be able to get out of dodge, but Saints took a fight that I thought that was not necessarily in their favor, and they sure pulled it off nicely.
Yeah, no, definitely well played here, and nice to see how they play it. Oh, the other one. I didn't expect that, but I want to see that submit turret falling. Honestly, we're starting to see the first legendary items come out from the Saints here. The Roa on that Volley Berries. An interesting pick. Usually you see him going a little bit more towards that energy. But here I think he's going for the funny build, which is Rod of Ages and then Novary's Quick Blade. Which, yes, is a crit item, if you were wondering.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird build, but the way that it centers is that Polybear does have a certain amount of attack, and he has a really good attack.
Right.
So what happens is, you go Rod of Ages for the HP and the weakness, and then you go Quick Blades for the ability haste, because it's basically an on-hit ability cooldown. Right?
Okay.
Every auto attack. Oh, hold on here, Miracle.
Yeah, Miracle low on level and almost low on health. Ignite coming down, going to bring him to about quarter HP. Maddie trying to fight back. But for this time anyway, McGill, good punish, but not enough to actually get the elimination.
Yeah, no, that was a little dangerous there. Sama is hungry for blood here. Level 8 versus level 9 is ooh, good buffer timer there on the W matchmaker. Keeping him alive.
Down on the bot lane as well, Vicious with the return gank here, but actually on to Maddie. They're trying to turn this around. The ultimate, did that dodge the ulti? So close. Not quite though. 1-for-1 trade.
You know that Pyke is yelling out, "That's not fair, that's his mom! It's not him!"
Hey, I'm still typing worth in all chat every time when that happens, but
Yup.
hey, support for ADC, I think they're gonna say, yeah, we got the ADC, that's worth, right? But good on Vicious to be able to at least secure that one. But good on Maddie, good timing to at least get it right back.
Yup, nah.
Oh, we're not done yet, though.
Bye-bye.
Yep, good night. Where did they go? Just back in time, back into the middle for Miracle getting on the board for that one.
I'm going to go off on a whim here and say that Echo wasn't really worth it.
I mean, you got damage. And Vicious might just get more damage here, as that is a no-mana Flocon who's going to be in for a absolute terrible time. Feather Slash is actually here as well.
Playing with his
And okay, I'm like, okay, why are they playing with it? But no, they want to give it over to Bogadib. And honestly, 6-2-1, having a great game for themselves. And as long as they can keep Bogadib alive, like that very well could be their win condition going into this later portions as we start kind of transitioning into this mid game. And honestly, McGill, compared to the last game, they're only 1,000 gold down.
Oh, no,
this is nothing.
They're doing a good job here. Like, honestly, as long as they don't fall off, which their team composition does, but if they keep like a decent game, then they should be able to like have a good game here and possibly even win. We are seeing Maddie here on the Smolder going for the same build as what we saw last game. Let's see how that one plays. Wow. Did you see that Q damage?
Yeah, that
was a good chunk.
That was a good half your health basically gone as we have some duels happening from across the map. Maddie is going to be okay sitting about half health as of this time, but yeah, does not take much here for Shatter to really put the hurt on. But now Bogadib has been caught, and this is just a matter of time before it goes on over. No, the ultimate actually coming out, and it will get the kill as well just to make sure it's secured. Vicious looking to try and come in for some backup, but nobody's low. Yeah, this. I guess that's one of the problems here with an AP Kog'Maw, is that you just lose all your mana so quick and just firing off those artillery barrages.
Yeah, no. Flocon, this is the one biggest downside of Kog'Maw is you run out of mana so fast. Like one duel and you're just out of mana. But you know what? It happens. You kind of just deal with it. Here we can see he's basing. Again, he's going to be out of mana in 5 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Even with an Arcade Gold.
Oh, yeah. He's got the Arcade Gold.
Oh,
now.
Sama.
Good shield this time.
Yeah.
Predicts the flash.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Sama's just the GOAT.
Yeah, just absolutely on top of things right now. And honestly, like, other than the one thing that we had seen earlier with the missed shield, like, Feather Slash is playing well. Just right now, Sama just looks so comfortable. Vicious might have enough time to fire off the ultimates, but there's so much CC coming through. Oh. No, that will be the shutdown going on over to Vicious. Natty is getting chased on down here. Shatter is going to be able to secure that one. So the Saints finding themselves kind of alone in the outside lanes and getting picked off alone.
Yeah, Sama there, I think maybe a misinput on the Pathmaker to block the CC, because he went for it before Pyke using the head for a stun.
Oh! All of a sudden, jump scare Feather Slash comes on in, does stun up Flocon. It's going to allow for Silvstow to get on in, but not enough damage, not enough tankiness to survive this barrage from the Saints. Alonzo gets one. Bogadib is extremely low, gonna have to run for the hills.
Oh my
and honestly,
God,
their controller disconnected for a second there. They just stopped in their tracks, and across the map, almost ace here for the Saints. Vicious is gonna get out alive, but in a very, very awkward and scrappy engagement here, the Saints turn what looks like Flocon getting ganked into a 4-for-none.
4-for-none?
And maybe some turrets on top of that?
Yep, and a blue buff on that Cardinal, which is massive.
Oh, we actually have mana
now.
Yeah, so Snow looking for the return kill. And it's going to just have to return from where they were. Oh, the pike, though.
Here it goes. Oh!
Nope, not this time. And here comes the ultimate. Flocon's going to eventually take care of Vicious. The shutdown will end up going on down towards Sylph Snow. But can they get out alive using the blast cone to get out of dodge? And might actually live this one. So a little odd 1-for-1 of sorts. But again, shutdown on to Vicious.
Yep. Oh.
And now right back down to the bot lane now. Samba has just been showing their dominance in these side lanes, and it is not going to stop here.
Timer. No way.
Absolutely clutching that one. Beautifully done.
Oh my god. Samba is just the goat. He's 6-2. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. You know how I was talking about a funny build on Poly there? He's doing the funny build. A lot of Aegis, not very quick way. Now he can just pretty much build whatever he wants, but he's got a lot of ability haste, a lot of damage on both his auto attacks and on his abilities. Because he's got AP and he's got AD. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. When he's going to be diving, and it's going to hurt. I almost said Blake. No, Blake is not allowed to play Cardinal. Flocon is doing very well here. He's got 2 magic items that'll give him a bit of AP. Does have that Darcy too, which is very interesting to see. Guess he's feeling very confident about it.
I mean, with the way these last couple of minutes have been going, I don't blame him the slightest. It just seems like they've been able to have all the comfort in the world of sorts. Just some awkward trades in the side lanes. You know that Sama is not only just a tanky beast, but can deal out the damage when necessary. And are going to continue this forward. This tower is not long for this world. It is going to be immediately destroyed. Shelly is still out here to play as well. Alonso's going to hop in and pilot this thing right into this inhibitor turret. They're going to try and stop it beforehand. Nope, that is going to get smoked down. Alonso is going to get jumped on, but some solid AoE damage getting thrown down immediately. And Flocon untouched in the back line alongside Maddie on the Smolder. And it is just a front-to-back slaughterhouse here for St. Clair, as that's going to be Sylph Snow going down. Vicious is here, but there are no health bars anywhere near low enough to pop the ultimate.
What?
Has to force the ultimate to dodge a move, and that is just all these resources going to hell here for the side of McGill. Inhibitor gone, your ultimates are gone, and they're still pushing on through. Heck, they're tanky enough. Let's get some Nexus turrets too, why don't we? They're going to be guaranteed 1. The teleport coming on in through to next ones, maybe get something started. Feather Slash just immediately lost their entire HP bar as soon as they got into the fight. But the Saints are trying so hard to get this turret down. A bit of a greedy move, but to be fair, they're so far ahead. They could probably pull it off.
At this point. I mean, this is definitely not going to a game 3, so we're not going to be seeing an arcane arcane team composition unless I cast a curse with it, but I don't think so. Not with the way that the Saints are playing right now.
If this goes to a game 2 or a game 3, we're looking for a new team. Oh God! But with how far ahead the Saints are, I definitely understand that kind of statement.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sure there are some people in Twitch chat that absolutely jump on that, but it's definitely funny to see.
We're 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
That's
compared to the last one.
You're not supposed to take first inhibitor before 20 minutes, and we're at 19:45. Oh my God! Now we're winning. We're winning hard.
Yeah, Baron hasn't even come out to play yet. In a couple seconds they will, of course, but Miracle maybe getting caught out a little bit. But now here comes Sama. Can he just tank the entire team? We'll have to see. Unstoppable. Miracle is there to help with CC as necessary. Still Snow extremely low. The teleport is here. The Saints are arriving. Hello, Bomb! Natty dives on through as well. They take care of one. Meanwhile, it's going to be Flocon worrying about the flankers and taking care of everybody. Nobody's died, but there is a ton of low health bars here. Alonso on the volley barrier just diving on in. Sylph Snow using every trick in the book to try and keep themselves alive, but it is going to be all for naught in the end, as the Saints should have probably had 4 kills there. They get 2, but they do get a tower, and it's only going to go downhill from there for McGill.
So, may I bring your attention to Casante's health bar?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He didn't even take damage. And he's got 2 items.
This is what it looks like when they say Casante takes negative damage, because it's just one of those days where everything is going right here for Sama, for the Casante, and being able to sit like 2v4 and be that healthy is absolutely insane. Feather Slash not going to be long for this world. Alonso is going to get out of dodge by popping the ultimate and getting out of there. And just everything for St. Clair is going their way.
Yeah, looking at it. Oh, Miracle with the buffer timer once again. That was reflexive. You know he wasn't looking for that initially. He saw the hook come out and he was like, oh, sure. Nope. Alrighty. Inhibitor number 2 goes down.
Yeah, they actually got Sama down to half health now as well. And actually a little bit of a pick here. That is going to be Maddie going down before they can even get to the teammate. But is it too little, too late? The Saints are on the Nexus doorstep here. The last team fight to deal it all. Feather Slash trying to dive on through. They immediately take care of Astitius. They're going to finally take care of Feather Slash as well. Triple kill for Sama. Alonso in the background dealing with Sylve Snow. The Saints could just focus things down if they really, really wanted to. But we are playing whack-a-mole in the fountain with Shatter 3K.
All right, guys.
Flowcon going to go on through, just going to take things his own way. And
are they actually going to end, or are we like...
I mean, Alonso's still here. He's taking out one turret, taking out another inhibitor, and with no Nexus turrets available, he's probably going to have to retreat.
They're playing with their food. That's it. They're playing with their food.
Yeah, we're stat padding here, apparently, according to Twitch chat, and fair enough. Trying to get that the artillery shot there for Flowgun to raise their headshot stats or something. I don't know, but this could very well open the door for a dragon, but
I'm pretty sure
it's
that
basically
Deadlock's
died.
the only game that has headshots. That's also a MOBA. Just a hunch.
Caitlin would like to have a word with you. But
okay, that's not a headshot. That's her passive. That doesn't count.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am sure about that. Oh my god. Imagine you had to click on each individual character's head to get a headshot in League. That would be so weird.
Or come on, Caitlin already has enough bonus damage early in game. What if you just had to play Caitlin in first person mode?
Caitlin in first person mode. Oh god. That would be so much pain. I could not. Oh my. Alright.
Thankfully that is all just a dream. It cannot hurt you, but what is going to hurt is the next hook.
I would beg to differ with mods. You can get first-person League of Legends. It is possible.
I can only imagine what it looks like, and I can get the vertigo from dizziness just thinking about it.
Oh,
but
it's bad.
One thing that is going to be in for World of Hurt here is actually Miracle, who does get dove on immediately. Good ultimate coming out here from Maddie to go across the entire team. And now the front, the back, the AoE, the Nexus, everything is dying here for the side of McGill. They may get to their fountain, but they're not going to be able to save the Nexus. There's super minions everywhere. And the St. Clair College squad here for League of Legends find themselves a playoff berth here in the Canadian Esports Nationals and completing the fact that every St. Clair College team made it into the playoffs in 2-0 fashions on winner's side. Nobody had a chance.
Yeah, so the Saints are kind of the Saints. Unsurprisingly, they're kind of doing Saints things. I did have a little bit of a scare there when they didn't hit the Nexus, but yeah, they're just stat padding.
It was just stat padding. It was whack-a-mole at that point.
Yeah, it's whack-a-mole. I mean, at that point, you can't really lose unless a caster curses it. But the Saints are definitely just having a good time. They're having good picks. They know that they are the dominant team. And they know that they can kind of play new team compositions, because this is one of the main things, right? When you're playing against those weaker teams, you can try out new things and like test the waters for metas, right? This is kind of something that Casual touched on a lot during like those preliminary parts, mainly in like competitions like MSI and Worlds, right?
Right.
They kind of just, okay, well, this team's easily going to be won, right? And this is how you have teams like T1 that go, I don't know, to game 3 or to game 5. Into these really low-end teams, right? It's because they're trying out new stuff. They're trying out Ezreal support and stuff like that, right? And this is kind of the same thing that we're seeing here. Saints are kind of just trying out new things and seeing what works with the current meta and finding out their flow. Again, this time it didn't really matter too much. They didn't lose anything, but they're learning what feels good in this new meta, because it's going to be changing a lot.
Yeah, as long as it's not too new of things, like just playing the champion for your first time kind of news.
I mean, that works too.
But yeah, seeing the new strategies coming out here, and giving it a shot, but yet like still trying. Sure, we've seen a little bit of fountain fun times, but otherwise it's been all strong for the Saints. Because what does that mean here for the Saints? So it means that the LCQ Friday for the Canadian Esports Nationals, and none of our teams are in it. So broadcast squad, we actually have a day off here going into Friday, but it just means that Saturday is going to be all that more chaotic. We have, of course, all of our teams happening at the same time. Still trying to figure out the best way to do it, but we are going to do our best here to try and get every team covered one way or another. I know Rocket League has their grand finals actually on Saturday, so I might ride along with them first, but we'll see. It's still in the works. We'll definitely be secured by tomorrow.
I'm but be
100%, because, broadcast squad's going to be
as
stretched and as busy as possible to make sure that everybody gets to watch the team they want, because, we get it. Any team going through a playoff run not on stream, it hurts to see. But big thank you, of course, to everybody who actually helped make this one possible. First off, thank you, Gabe, for casting with me here. It's always a pleasure, always fun. All right, Amanda, in the behind-the-scenes roles, keeping things smooth, keeping things clutch and nice and clean. Thank you for the fantastic broadcast here today. And Canadian Esports people.
Thank you.
Are you St. Claired out yet?
Maybe.
Because there's still way more pain ahead of you.
Just a little bit.
We're going to see a replete +1.
+1, yeah.
In just a moment, or just like a day or two's time. But the beautiful thing, I love to be wrong. Let's see what you got.
I don't think you're going to be wrong.
I mean, based off of everything tier list-wise, everything statistically.
I mean, look, S tier is just, that's our residence. Hey. We live in S tier.
Here. It just means, though, that the team that does end up pushing us to the limit, that maybe does end up taking it down, it's a heck of a story for you. And honestly, again, I tease a little bit, but I'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
Definitely looking forward to seeing what happens here with the playoffs. Does it end up just being the Saints sweep, or is there a diamond in the rough that shows that, hey, we've been working hard over the last semester or so to show you this up and put up and shut up kind of ordeal.
I predict a Saints sweep.
It'll be a good one nonetheless. Yes, we did end up taking that one 2-0 fashion. Game 2, much more convincing compared to game number 1.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, the Saints do end up taking this one. But you did mention sponsors. Yes, let's, of course, give them a thanks.
Yeah, so we've got Subway. Thank you for my drink and
the Subway Power-Up. Let's go.
Yeah, no, literally every single day that I have broadcasts, it's like, oh, yeah, nope, okay, I'm getting lunch at Subway's because having good food and not just eating ice soup is very nice. If you guys were wondering how residence food works, ice soup is not fun.
I think there's something better than that.
Well, okay, yeah, sometimes we get rice. But that's expensive. I'm kidding. We do eat properly. Don't worry, they're not starving us. But yeah, no, thank you to Subway. Thank you to Tim Hortons. Thank you to the SRC for organizing most of this stuff. Did I miss anybody?
Did you get anywhere? We did now, but
oh yeah, Alienware, yeah, with the computer lab.
Of course.
I don't go to the computer lab.
No, they've come in clutch, of course, with the open lab and the stage and everything. So big thank yous all around. I mean, we're having a good time out here, but the only reason why that is possible is because of all of the sponsors. And thank you again for doing so. And one more time, also thank you to everybody for tuning in. It was cool seeing not just the standard community, but seeing a couple faces of old making a return here. And whether it be calling out my bad dad jokes or saying that my buzz cut looks good. So thank you. But I definitely appreciate it.
Your dad jokes aren't coming out that much. We need to see more of them.
This just means I need to get on the microphone more often.
Yeah, you do.
So I apologize in advance, everybody. But with that being said, with that, I've got enough of that this week. We'll be wrapping things up here for tonight. Of course, we do have the break tomorrow since we are not in the LCQs for the Canadian Esports Nationals, but this does mean noon on Saturday, playoff chaos begins. Every one of our teams will be starting at 12, and one way or another, make sure you follow our socials to figure out exactly where the teams you want to watch, if not all of them, will be, because you can bet for most, if not all of these teams that they're going to be going for a run.
Oh, yeah, for sure. These guys are going all the way. As I said, Saints sweep is my prediction.
And I don't blame you for thinking that. But again, I'd love to be wrong.
True.
So without further ado, it's time to wrap things up. Thank you all for tuning in once again. Have a great night, and we'll see you Saturday.